Hi there, this is Lauren Bradley. I'm the founder of The Officials at jointheofficials.com, and I have teamed up with the lovely folks at PA Life Magazine to bring you Control, Alt, Delete. And in this series, I'm going to be helping you take control of your day with my top tips on tech and productivity. So today I want to talk to you about the evolution of your to-do list. More than likely, you started off with pen and paper, and you're probably still doing that now. That's how most of us started. Here is an actual view inside what my notes look like inside my notebook and my to-do list. I use a 4-color pen method, which I've linked to in this article on this page. But if you are getting to the point where your to-do list is becoming overwhelming, it's longer than a page or two, you keep feeling like if you could just have a day to get reorganized, get it in order, then everything will be fine. And then you do that and you get inundated with more requests, and all of a sudden you're in that same space over and over and over again. Then this is when you need to evolve your to-do list. So for me, after you graduate from pen and paper, which I think we all kind of will stick with pen and paper in some way, shape, or form, but getting it into a digital and centralized location is your next step. And for me, that is something like a task tracker, which is essentially a clever spreadsheet. And I've linked one for you here that I have created. It starts by deciding what your priorities are and numbering them. So the categories of all of your tasks, sometimes they're scheduling tasks, sometimes they're travel tasks, but typically they're going to fall in a short list of different categories. Put a number in front of those to prioritize them. Get them in this spreadsheet. Don't worry, there's a little video that comes with it that goes in depth on how to do this. And then you can sort by priority so that instead of trying to figure out what should you work on next, if you put the category in there, you put in the priority level in there because it's a scheduling task or a travel planning task, and then you hit sort by priority and the day that it's due, you're suddenly going to know exactly what to work on next. So I would start there by starting to put your to-do list in a digital format in something clever like a task tracker. The next stage in this evolution is something like Trello. Moving to a task management app. Now there's several out there. If you're on Microsoft, you might want to use To-Do or MS Planner. If you are able to use an outside application, something like Trello, Monday.com, Asana is my personal favorite, are going to be the next places that you look. Now, I would say if you're going to start dipping your toe in the water with these applications, Trello is a great one to start with because it actually walks you through the process of creating what is a Kanban board. This is something that software engineers have been using for years, and we assistants really need to get on board. And it helps you build your first board, and it all starts with 3 lists: to do, doing, and done. So you put all of your tasks in the to-do list, and as you work on them, you move them over to doing, and then if they're complete, you move it to done. It is so satisfying, great dopamine hit. However, there are some limitations in Trello. There's a lot of automation you can do, but I like that it starts off very simply, and you can actually build quite a bit of complexity into it. But if you add a custom field like those priority categorizations that we talked about, it doesn't let you sort by those categorizations. You can put them in as labels. However, it doesn't do exactly what I'm looking for. And so I used that for a long time until I realized I needed to sort by priority. And that's when I moved on to Asana. I have linked you to a Trello board template, this one that you see on the screen, that I used as an assistant to organize my day. You can also make a board for your executive with all the things they need to do for different projects, but I've created one for you that's just an assistant to-do list to get you started. Please note we also have a Trello course in the officials, so if you're interested in that, please check us out. Now, the next level of graduation for me, and for many assistants I know, is going to something slightly more complex like Asana. Now, you can see that this board looks very similar to the Trello board. I've put in images here at the top for each one of these lists, but what I get with Asana is the ability to sort by those categorizations and the ability to see this from different views. Like this view, I've clicked on dashboard and it's giving me metrics and optics on this particular board. So I know how many hours have been completed. I know I can add a chart here that tells me how many hours I have to go. And this is planned for what is a sprint, which a sprint is a certain period of time. Usually for us assistants, it's a week. We plan our next week ahead. I plan 2 weeks ahead, but software engineers can plan 2 to 4 weeks ahead. And I can see which stage each one of these are at, how many tasks I've completed, and I can use these metrics when I do my one-to-ones with my executive. Now here you can see that I have the same board in list view. So this has got different sections in it that basically correlate to each one of those lists that we saw on the board, and all of my tasks are listed. I can mass select some of my tasks and go over and change the status. This is mostly what I use the list view for, but typically I use the board view, and I like moving my tasks from what is in the back burner, my backlog, which is all my tasks. That's my pages and pages of to-do list, and I move them over to to-do. I can change the status here. As I do them, I can change them to work in progress, or what am I doing today, what's on hold, and move them to complete and check them off. It's very satisfying. So as I move items across the board, I can take them out of hold, put them back in work in progress once they are no longer on hold. I can add subtasks to each task. I can even assign them to others, but for now, what I'm showing you right here is a sample list of very much what my own to-do list looks like within Asana. And I can create more boards. Like you can see on the left, it says my big ass to-do list. That is actually where I keep my to-do list. And I share it with my assistant, and we work on projects that way. And that way we never have to have a status update, because she can see my progress, I can see her progress, and we just get things done. We have meetings for decisions, not just status updates. So this is, in my opinion, the evolution of a to-do list. So if you are getting overwhelmed and stuck, I highly suggest you checking out these options. I've put plenty of links and resources for you below. We also have an Asana course, so if you are interested in that, again, please check us out at The Officials. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Please let us know if there's anything you want to see in the future, but I look forward to talking to you next time.